Roll call. Mama says my brothers were the only reason she'd not followed Grandma to the Calle years before. So when the boys left home to free fish from the ocean with their delinquent dad, we left Santa Cruz and the man who was my father in the rear view. Mama had come to Reno the first time years before that, when she was getting divorced from my brother's daddy. She'd had to stay here for 6 weeks to make it legal, and even in that short time was able to find a job, so she knew she could find work here again, running Keno or making change, and Grandma surely agreed. Grandma used to live in California too, but she moved here before I was born, moved for good after living here temporarily to finally escape marriage to Grandpa John, Mama's dad. She found she could escape his memory easier here too. Not only that, the pay was higher and the rents were lower, so Grandma gave up the wet and wild nature of Santa Cruz for the death and dirt of Reno's high desert in order to make a fresh start, and 4 years later, so did we. By then, Grandma had put in her time, marking tickets behind one Keno counter after another from Boomtown to the Strip, before she eventually got a job tending bar at the truck stop right at the end of the Calle. The desert sand of the Calle couldn't be more different from the sandy beaches of Santa Cruz, but the cement and glass and ringing slots of Reno's downtown still felt more like home than anywhere else because this was the first place that ever delivered what both Hendrix women wanted: freedom from their husbands. The biggest little city in the world took them in and set them free, and after Mama had paid her own casino dues, she spent months of long nights picking up shifts for the bartenders that came and went at Grandma's side until she finally got called down to the truck stop to talk about working a regular shift. Mama parks next to the Four Humors ice cream truck, and inside the truck stop, the ice cream man himself is parked on a bar stool. Mama says that the ice cream man spends a lot of time at our bar, but it's the first time I've seen him here, and as we walk past him, all I can think about is all that ice cream sitting out in the sun while he sits in here in the dark. Mama sits me at a table by the jukebox and turns my head away from the bar, points me toward the toys she's put on the table. "Stop staring now, R.D.," she says, "and keep your fingers crossed." My favorite toys are ones Grandma made, crocheted and stuffed: a polar bear with green scarf and hat, a family of mice, the littlest one holding a red lace heart with Grandma's careful "I love Rory D" stitched across its front, a yellow chick inside a cracked egg bright with spring flowers. Every day I bring a different one to show and tell, and today Mama had Grandma Mouse and Mama Mouse in the car with her when she picked Baby Mouse and me up from first grade. At first, we four just sit facing each other and pretend not to be nervous for Mama over at the bar, but then I start looking through the labels on the front of the jukebox and forget I was nervous at all. There's silver threads and golden needles, and don't it make my brown eyes blue, and Mama always has quarters for a blue eyes crying in the rain, and I like me and you and a dog named Boo, and I like that I can watch the people at the bar reflected in the jukebox's glass case. There are 2 regulars I know, the ice cream man and Dennis, but Mama is talking with a dark-haired woman I don't know and can barely see. She is so short and tucked away on the other side of the bar. I see Dennis has a pile of toilet paper in front of him, and I know what he's doing. Every time we come in to say hi to Grandma, Dennis gets up from his place at the very end of the bar, goes into the bathroom, and comes out a minute later. He takes toilet paper back to his seat where he sits squishing and turning and rolling it into the shape of a rose. It's always a rose, and it's always for me. The first time he gave me one, he put his empty hand out for me to shake, and I felt Mama go stiff and dangerous beside me. Grandma spoke up, soothing. "Joe, Dennis has been here longer than the truck stop has." And to me, "R.D., would you look at that flower?" I shook Dennis's big hand, which felt too rough to grow a flower out of teepee, and said thank you, and he went back to his seat.